everybody, Sam here with Freedom Chaser channel. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. If anybody saw my last video, you will have known that I lost my job. I got fired, and I made a little video about it and a couple of things that I was learning from the experience. Today I felt inspired to get on and make a video about like a bit of a follow-up of what's going on, how what my next steps are to if there's anybody out there who's kind of lost right now, who just lost their job or doesn't have any work. I'm hoping maybe this video can help you guys out. Recently I have been, it's been about 6 weeks since I've been without work. So there's been days where it's been harder than some days. Some days are better. I'll say that some days are full of anxiety and fear, but some days are really good. I have come to a point during this transition where I realized that I knew I was going to have more free time to follow my passion, but I've actually realized that I have a lot of time to actually figure out what exactly that passion is. I'm starting to get more, I'm starting to open my mind more. I'm starting to try different things. Just basically really opening up myself to finding what that passion is that I can take and I can explore, and I could use that as my next venture to make money. And in this video, I just want to tell you guys a couple of ways that I have used in the past and am using now to really search for my passion. I know there's a lot of people out there that are completely lost. You know, I was the same way when I was at work. I would constantly be thinking about, what else can I be doing besides work that would actually make me happy, because I didn't like my job. Even if you have a job right now and you just want to start trying to find your passion, these few things that I'm going to mention, they might help you. Even if you don't have a bunch of free time like I do right now, you can still take those steps trying to figure out that one thing in life that you'd really like to do. Now, when I say passion, I know passion, the definition could be different for everybody, but what I mean when I say passion is, I mean that one thing that really lights up your mind when you think about it. I'm talking about the one thing that you wake up and you look forward to doing, not like your 9 to 5. And another thing, when I say passion, I'm talking about possibly that thing you would do all day for free even. My first thing that I actually started to do years ago to try to better my life and try to go a direction in which I actually enjoyed, instead of just working these jobs that I was only there for the paycheck. So one of the first things I actually did was I started reading, and a friend of mine had actually given me a huge stack of books, and they were all about, motivation, inspiration, just about different ways of thinking. And I put those books off for a while, but anyways, eventually I slowly started getting into them. So that led me to go into the bookstore and looking up more books. Just reading in general is what I'm getting at. When you start reading, you start opening up your mind to, all kinds of things, all kinds of new things, new ideas, new things to try. So yeah, I would go to bookstores, I would go to thrift shops. I would borrow books. I would order books online. I just got so hungry for knowledge and learning about ways to get out of my current 9 to 5. So I would suggest getting books that make you ask questions about who you are and what you like. Just books that make you challenge yourself and force you to look really deep inside yourself, like self-discovery. That's going to help you when you're on your journey to finding what your passion really is. If there's any type of thing you can't stop daydreaming about while you're at work or home or in bed at night, if there's one thing you can't stop daydreaming about, then why not get a book on that? You know, if you can't stop daydreaming about raising orphan horses, you know, in the middle of Canada, well, go find you some books on that. See if it really interests you and if it's something that could be your passion. Right now, I'm actually currently reading a book. It's called The War of Art. It's Break Through the Blocks and Win Your Inner Creative Battles. Let me show you. And I mean, this book is about, it isn't so much about finding a passion, but it is about the resistance that we get when we start chasing our passions. It's about the procrastination that we go through. It's about the lies that, you know, we tell ourselves that says, oh, you can't go any further with your passion. You need to go and do something else. It's just a really good book. It isn't really about finding your passion again. It's about once you start pursuing it, some of the obstacles that you will come to and how to break free from them obstacles. On a side note, I've read plenty of books about finding your passion. So I mean, there's tons of YouTube videos. I'm one in a million. There's tons of books that you can dive into if you're completely lost and you're looking for your passion. I mean, they've got 10 steps, 5 steps, 30 days to whatever to finding your passion. So those would definitely help you guys too. I have a second approach that has helped me to finding my passion. I strongly believe that when you're on that journey to find things that really light you up inside, you need to really hone in on being as healthy as you can. Being active and exercising, we've all heard it. We've all heard the benefits. We all know how good it is. Our neighbors talk about it, our friends talk about it, but until you actually get into the routines of hitting the gym, getting cardio and getting workout and getting good physical exercise, you're not gonna feel as best as you can. This also goes along with eating. You need to eat healthy. If your body and your mind and is not in the healthiest state it can be in, it's not performing at its optimal level. And when you don't take care of yourself, it affects your brain and it affects your abilities to your ability to think clear, your motivation. I mean, you don't really, like I said, I think I said in my last video, I had talked about these people that are slaving away at their 9 to 5s, and you see them out in public and they just look like zombies because they're not taking care of their health. Physical exercise and the right nutrition is going to contribute to your energy, and you're going to need that energy when you're trying to figure out your passion, because your passion isn't just gonna come to you. You're not just gonna sit at your office and one day you're gonna be like, oh, there it is. There goes my passion. No, you have to get out and you have to look for it and you have to be as healthy as you can, to be ready to notice it and accept it and act on it and learn more about it. I can tell you from my personal experience, I do try to maintain physical activity 4 to 5 times a week at the gym. It does make a difference, I guarantee it. I do stick to more of a vegan diet, eliminating processed foods, sugars, trans fats, all that good stuff. I mean, that in itself is it's amazing how it clears your mind, and how much more focused you can be when you put the right food into your body. So the third thing that I have worked on in the past, and I'm working on again, because sometimes you do things in life and then you get off the track and then you have to get back on, and you know how it is. But currently I am working on taking out my trash, and I don't mean my trash in the trash can. I mean the trash that is cluttering my life. This is anything from toxic environments, which they could be certain friends, certain families. When you get around them, all they want to do is maybe talk drama. They don't want to talk about anything uplifting. They want to try to pull you into their crummy life, and it's soul sucking. Just being around people who aren't on your level, or trying to be on your level, or trying to raise you up. It's not good. It's bad for your mind. It's bad for self-esteem. It's bad, if you're out there looking to try to escape your 9-to-5 job, and you're out here hustling, trying to find that passion, and you're involved in books, and you're working out, and you're changing your eating habits, and just you're changing your whole lifestyle. But then you have these friends over here, and all they want to do is they look at you like, what do you do? Like, because you're making yourself better, it's like a threat to them, and they want to keep you down with them on their level. No, you need to get rid of that stuff, and that's something I'm personally working on myself. That is not going to help you find your passion any sooner in life. It's going to hold you back. When I mentioned to taking out the trash, not only getting rid of toxic people in your life, but I'm also referring to decluttering your surroundings. This is anywhere from cleaning up your bedroom, making your kitchen more cleaner, cleaning your car out, because you're in your vehicle every day. I personally feel like when you don't have junk all around you, when everything is nice and neat and in its place, then you have more space in your mind to focus, if that makes sense. Like if you come home to a living room full of dirty clothes on the chair, and clean socks on the coffee table, and plates left over from last night's dinner, when you come home, you're going to think about that, and you're going to think about, oh gosh, I need to clean this place. Or you're going to think, man, maybe I need to hire a maid or something. You're going to start thinking unnecessary stuff that you don't need to be thinking about right now, because you need to focus on finding your passion. And getting your house cleaned up, your car, anywhere that you are, where you're at on a regular basis, clean it up, put everything in its place, so it's not a distraction whenever you are sitting down on your desk and you're journaling, or you're reading about passion. Clean everything up so you can focus on finding your passion. Clutter, it does something. I know I'm not the only one. It does something to your mind that just says, it's just a distraction. Clutter equals distraction, period. The last point I want to make is the social media that we have access to at our fingertips. Social media is everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, what else? There's games on our phone, electronics too. I think that we're well aware of Facebook and how everybody puts everybody highlights the positives in their lives, and that's what they put out there. And when we spend time on Facebook scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, it can be depressing. Even though we may know that, okay, these people are just highlighting their positive life, it still does something to our mind and makes us feel like, oh wow, I wish I had what she had, or Timmy and Amy, they're having kids and I don't have kids. Or Susie down the street, she's in Hawaii partying it up, and I'm over here, not having a job, trying to find a passion. What I'm trying to say is, it does something to our mind and puts us in a depressed mood. So when you're trying to find your passion, if you're really focused on it, I would sincerely suggest you take your social media apps off of your phone. Snapchat, if any of y'all do that, it's a distraction. When we feel like we have to keep up with the Joneses, we may start feeling like, oh gosh, we have to hurry up and maybe make more money, so we have to find another job and that pays more so we can have 2 cars like Mary down the road, or a bigger house. But essentially, when you're finding your passion, you don't need to focus on money. So focusing on other people and what they have is a terrible idea. And the easiest way to not focus on other people and what they have is just eliminate. Just get rid of all those apps. Don't log in. Just stop. It's affecting your mind, and I'm afraid that some people don't realize that it's actually putting them in a depressed mood. We waste a lot of time on social media, and that time spent could go towards searching for your passion. I will say that finding your passion isn't something that happens overnight. I can honestly say that probably for the last 4 or 5 years, I have been on that journey to try to find that thing that really lights me up inside. I will say my last job, I spent a lot of time there and a lot of time worrying about the company and keeping my boss happy. I didn't leave a lot of room for myself, for things that made me happy. I didn't leave a lot of room to start hunting for what made Sam happy. I was so focused on my boss and making him happy in exchange for a paycheck. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to have something that lights me up. I want to work on my own goals, and eventually they will turn and I will be successful from them, hopefully financially successful as well. But I just want to say that this doesn't happen overnight. You have to realize that it's going to take time and effort. It's going to take effort. It's going to take the decision for you to say, how tired am I of where I'm at? You wake up, you go to work, you give somebody else 40 plus hours a week, and you go home. How do you feel? Whenever you decide enough is enough, and you want to start looking out for you, and you want to start making yourself happy, and when you decide that and you're ready to take that journey, I'm not saying it's going to take you years. It may take somebody a month, maybe a year, whatever it takes. But when you decide that you're ready and you start taking action, it's going to be one of the best decisions you will have ever made. Thank you guys so much for listening to my next step. I guess after losing my job about 6 weeks ago, how I have been kind of reinventing myself, just really looking for that passion I can really hone in on. I've got a few things that I've been thinking about, a few different routes to take. I'm just continuing doing the things I have to do to get there, really focusing. I hope that some of these steps you guys can benefit from. I hope you guys can at least think about them. If not think about, just start acting on them. If you want to read a blog, I wrote a blog on this last year. I decided I thought it'd be kind of cool to make a video. But if you guys want to check it out, I'll put the link down in the description of this video. And please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And if you guys have any comments about the video, please add them below. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing, if you guys are trying to figure out your passion, some of the tips you guys are doing. Hope y'all have a great week, and I will see you next time. Take care.